BSc थर्ड इयर मत्स्यशास्त्र विद्यार्थ्यांचे ऑनलाईन टीचिंग या उपक्रमांतर्गत आपले पुन्हा एकदा मनस्वी स्वागत। मी प्राध्यापक डॉक्टर NG पोपटवार, संशोधक आणि विभाग प्रमुख, मत्स्यशास्त्र विभाग, ज्ञानोपासक महाविद्यालय जिंतूर, संलग्नित स्वामी रामानंद तीर्थ मराठवाडा विद्यापीठ नांदेड अंतर्गत लास्टच्या आर्टिकलमध्ये आपण जनरल कॅरेक्टर्स ऑफ क्लॅरियस बॅट्रॅकस अँड एअर ब्रीदिंग फिशेस हे आपण पाहिलं होतं। नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल इज द फूड फीडिंग habitat reproduction and pond management of the Clarias batrachus or air breathing fish. We have know that students, last period we have see the general characters of the Clarias batrachus. Here we have see a specimen, one character, specimen, one species, not all species, because among air breathing fishes there is 6 to 7 species. These are to be included. 6 to 7 species these are to present. Among these 6 to 7 species, every species is to be not possible to study. Here we have see a just specimens species selection, that is the Clarias batrachus, which is most famous and cultured everywhere. That's why this species these are to be select, these are to be choose for the air breathing fish culture, Clarias batrachus. Then among these Clarias batrachus, the first point, that is habit and habitat. We have known that habit and habitat, where this fish these are to be cultured, where this species is to be growing, these species these are to be grow, these are to be cultured. That is, it is commonly known as live fish. It is preferably deep shaded and densely planted streams and ponds. Marshy and swampy pools and puddles are their ideal living grounds, their ideal surviving grounds. Means it is commonly known, commonly cultured, where dissolved oxygen concentration, where dissolved oxygen content these are to be less or low. Sometime in deficiency, sometime in shortage of dissolved oxygen, these species these are to be survive, these are to be live. Hence it is to be called as the air breathing fish. It is to be called as the accessory respiratory organ, that is rosette trees. That's why they can prefer, which place they can prefer? They can prefer deep shades or shade as densely planted areas, where streams, ponds, lake, rivers, reservoirs, marshy places, swampy pools, puddles. These swampy pools, puddle, marshy places, these are the ideal ground, these are the ideal place for the culture of the air breathing fish. They are generally twilight and nocturnal. They are generally twilight and nocturnal, and with snaking movements these are to be moved from one place to another place, like that of the snake. We all know that, that is the channa, channa punctatus, channa striatus, channa morellus. These species these are to be look like Ophiucephalus or the channa. Ophiucephalus, that is snake headed fish. The movement of these fishes to that like that of the snake like, and they are twilight and nocturnal. Nocturnal means at the time of night they can come out of water, they can use food feeding or other purposes. Generally these are to be live, generally these are to be swim in water at the time, actively, specially active in night time. Hence it is called as nocturnal, and it is to be snaky movement. It is also cultured in integrated fish farming. It is also cultured in integrated fish farming. It is also integrated fish farming when we have cultured fishes with birds, when we have cultured fishes with cattle, when we have cultured fishes with pig. All this mixed culture, all these such type of culture, it is called as the integrated fish farming. These fishes, these are to be selected, these are to be choose for the culture of these such integrated fish farming, fish farm purpose. These are to be select, these are to be choose. These are also used for composite fish culture. These are also used for the polyculture or the composite fish farming. This species, these are to be select, these are to be choose preferably, these are to be choose preferably. This is the, that is habitat and habitat. Then after the habitat and habitat, the next point, food and feeding habit of the Clarias batrachus, especially food and feeding habit of Clarias batrachus. Clarias batrachus is the carnivorous with predatory habitat. It is the carnivorous with predatory habitat, and it feeds on phytoplankton, it feeds on zooplankton, it feeds on larvae of insect, dead and decaying debris. All these food material, these are to be used, all these food material, these are to be select for the food and feeding purpose. Means that is Clarias batrachus is the Clarias batrachus is the carnivorous with predatory habitat, carnivorous with predatory habitat attacking on other species. That's why it is carnivorous predatory habitat. It feeds on phytoplankton, it is also feeds on zooplankton. Among the phytoplankton, number of diatoms, number of phytoplanktons like Spirogyra, Oscillatoria, Odogonium, nostoc, Chlamydomonas. These are the various species, these are to be select, these are to be choose for the food and feeding. For the zooplankton, number of zooplanktons and number of zooplankton larvae and insect larvae, these are to be used, these are to be utilized as a food feeding. Then not only the phytoplankton, zooplankton, but dead and decaying food materials, dead and decaying debris, those are the dead and decaying food material, these are to be used, these food material, these are to be used as a food feeding. This fish is to be hunting out their food material. How the food these are to be taken? These fish, these are to be take their food by hunting the prey, hunting the food material, that may be zooplankton, that may be insect, that may be larvae. These larvae, these zooplankton, these are to be predatory habitat, these are to be attack and hunt these food material, and then these are to be used as a food material. Not only these are to be take the natural food, but it is also give, it is also easily consume the supplementary food which is to be provided, which is to be supplied by the fish farmers or the fish culturists. In culture condition, when fishes, these are to be cultured in a confined water, in a confined areas, at that time not only we have completely depend upon the natural food material, but at that time we can depend on the food material which is to be provided, which is to be supplied, that is the supplementary food material. In such condition, this Clarias batrachus, these are to be depend on the supplementary food which is to be provided, which is to be used. Means in culture condition, this fish, these are to be used both type of food, that is natural food as well as the supplementary food which is to be provided, which is to be supplied by the fish farmers, fish culturists. Production, sexes are separate, sexual dimorphism is to be found, sexual dimorphism is to be seen among these Clarias species. Hence, sexual dimorphism is to be occur, the hermaphroditism is not seen, hermaphroditism is to be not found. Means sexes are separate, sexual dimorphism is to be found among these species. Generally males and females. In females acquire a large rounded abdomen, and in males which have a remain slender and pointed abdomen. Again, among these two species, that is male Clarius and female Clarius, sexes are separate. Then there is no hermaphroditism, it is to be not found, it is to be not seen. Sexes are separate. The females acquire a large rounded abdomen and males remain slender and slack or slender and pointed. In males, genital papilla which is to be present, which is to be long, conical and pointed. In males, genital papilla is to be present, that papilla is to be long, conical and pointed, slender like papilla, these are to present, these are to be found. Whereas in female, this genital papilla, these are to be short and it is to be oval and truncated. Papilla is to be short, oval, truncated and a slit like structure, these are to be appear, these are to, depending on these two papillas, we can identify whether the fish is to be male Clarius or whether the fish is to be female Clarius. This sexual dimorphism which is to be observed, which is to be found. When it is to be found, when it is to be observed after the near about completion of 1 year, then the character these are to be found, then the development of the body these are to be occur, and these papilla, that is either papilla these are to be conical, pointed and slender in male, whereas in papilla these are to present, that papilla is to be broad, truncated and slit like in females. Depending upon these two papillas, we can identify whether the fish is to be male Clarius or whether the fish is to be female Clarius. Means sexes are separate, there is sexual dimorphism is to be seen, we can easily identify after the 1 year of age of this Clarius whether the fish is to be male fish or whether it is to be female fish. Then it is to be spawning. When these are to be spawn, these are to be spawn in rainy season, in monsoon season, generally June, July, August and September months, that is June to September months, the spawning these are to be takes place, spawning these are to be occur successively. At the time of spawning, all eggs these are to be not deposited, these are to be not liberated by these are to be not shed by the female fish, means those are mature eggs, these are to be shed, and those are to be immature, these are to be as it is present in ovary. After few days, these are to be growing, these are to be developed in second batch. In next time, the eggs these are to be spawned, these are to be breed. With this, sexes are separate, breeding these are to be takes place in monsoon season, and fecundity of this Clarius batrachus, these are to be prolific breeder. Prolific breeder means at the time of spawning, at the time of breeding, it breeds, its spawns large number of eggs, these are to be breed, these are to be spawn given, that is why it is called as the prolific breeder. The fecundity these are to be reported, these are to be studied here, that is, this is in short, that is the reproduction of the Clarius batrachus. Then this is the food feeding. Then what is the systematic position of this Clarius batrachus? We all know that systematic position of Clarius batrachus, that is the or classification. Phylum as usual chordata, notochord, nerve cord is to be present, pharyngeal gill slit is present, that is why it is called as chordata. Subphylum vertebrata, vertebral column is to be present, that is vertebral column is to be present, hence it is called as vertebrata. Then series Pisces, aquatic, cold blooded, respire with the help of gills and swims with the help of fins, hence it is to be Pisces. Series Pisces. Class Teleostomy, teleost means complete, stoma means mouth, that is upper jaw and lower jaw, these are to be supported by ligament and forms a complete mouth, perfect mouth, hence it is called as the teleostomy or the complete perfect mouthed fishes, class teleostomy. Order Siluriformis, Siluriformis, that is scales are absent on the body, adipose fin may be present or may be absent, then barbels are to be present. These are the some important peculiar character, that is of the family order Siluriformis. Family, again the important, that is Claridae, family Claridae, that is barbels these are to present. These barbels are 4 pairs of barbels. Then on body scales are absent. On head, osseous spores are present. That's why the family is to be Claridae. Genus Clarius, genus Clarius, and species Clarius batrachus. Species Clarius batrachus. All this is the systematic position or the classification of this Clarius batrachus or the air breathing fish as a sample specimen. Up to here we have seen. Yes, any difficulty please ask. That is the culturable areas. Fishes, these are to be cultured, where these fishes, these are to be grow. Culturable areas for the air breathing fish culture, for the accessory respiratory breathing fish culture in confined waters in culture medium. For the culture of air breathing fishes, there is a need of shallow waters. There is a need of shallow waters with a depth of 50 centimeter to 75 centimeter. In such areas, in such water bodies where depth of water bodies, these are to be in between 50 centimeter to 75 centimeter areas. In such ponds, in such areas, these fishes, these are to be cultured, these are to be grow. Ponds for air breathing fishes, these are to be cultured, these are to be created, these are to be constructed. There is no need, there is no emergency, there is no need to be fertilized these ponds with chemicals, with various types of infectants, with various types of infectant, various those chemical, these are to be used for the prerequisite for the preparation of the pond. Here is there is no need to cure, there is no need to use these fertilizers or chemicals for the preparing ponds for air breathing fish cultures. These air breathing fishes may also be cultured in cages in running waters like streams, canals, and unmanageable water lakes, reservoirs, rivers, and tributaries. That is, these air breathing fish, these fishes, these are also culturable, these are also cultured in cages. It is called as cage culture. Cages in cage culture. It is also cultured in running waters. Where running water, these are to be found, that is running water, these are to be occur in streams, canals, unmanageable water lakes, where the management, these are to be not done, where the management, these are to be not possible, it is to be not surety, then such water bodies also, these fishes, these are to be grow, these are to be cultured, such as rivers, such as reservoirs, such as tributaries. Means rivers, reservoirs, and tributaries, these are to be unmanageable water bodies. In these water bodies also, these fishes are to be grow, these are to be cultured. These fishes also cultured in shallow foul waters, where water is to be shallow and foul water, dirty water. In that areas, these are also preferred, these are also cultured. Where water is to be foul water, where water is to be decomposing water, bad smelling, these are to be occur, dirty water, these are to be occur. In that areas, in that place, these fishes, these are to be grow, these are to be again cultured. In shallow ponds are useful for fishes in which where there is a minimum depth. In such areas, fish has no spend energy is to be occur, energy is to be found, this energy, these are to be saved, this energy is to be generally less energy, these are to be required for the traveling, for the different purposes. That is why in such condition, in such areas where depth is to be less, where depth is to be low, at that place these fishes, these are to be grow, because when a depth is to be shallow, then fish, these are to be jump, then fish, these are to be take atmospheric oxygen, atmospheric oxygen, that is the aerial oxygen, these are to be consumed, aerial oxygen, these are to be taken, and these can survive, they can live for short time, short duration in such areas. That is why area is to be shallow, depth is to be less, where fish, these are to be jump, where fish, these are to be easily taken the atmospheric surface air or atmospheric, that is the oxygen, these are to be consumed, these are to be taken For that purpose, depth is to be shallow, depth is to be less. In such manageable areas, in such minimum depth areas, these fishes, these are to be grow, these are to be cultured, these are to be grow, these are to be cultured. That's why this is the culturable areas. This is to be culturable areas, these are to be cultured, these are to be grow. Then next point, which is the next point, that is next point is the seed collection. Again we have know that seed collection, where the seed is to be the seed collection for the culture of these air breathing fishes, for the culture of these fishes, seed collection, these are to be most important, these are to be most essential for good culture, for healthy air breathing fish culture and abundant air breathing fish culture. There is a adequate supply, there is a adequate quantity of seed, these are to be easy available, seed these are to be easily found, then it is to be cultured, then it is used for culture purpose, then it is to be utilized for the culture. For the seed collection, the first important point, the seed of air breathing fish as marel, magur and shingi are collected from the natural resources, where these magur, shingi and marel seed, these are to be collected, these are to be collected from the natural resources, that is rivers, tributaries and reservoirs. From these areas, these are to be collected, these are to be collected, as well as from the induced breeding also. Even today, the seed collected from the nature continues to be most dependable source of material for stocking. In this today, those seed these are to be collected, those seed these are to be gathered by fishermen, collected by fishermen in the different natural resources. It is to be totally depend upon the natural availability, natural conditions. But instead of this also, the large quantity of seed these are to be required, these are to be essential. At that time, this seed these are to produce, this seed these are to be formed with the help of the induced breeding technique, with the help of the hypophysian technique, and we can fulfill the required demand of the seed collection, required demand of the seed. In India culture, it is better to stock fingerlings rather than the fry. In India, these fingerling these are to be rather than fry, fingerling these are to be stock, and these are to be generally stocking in the culturable ponds. Cannibalism is to be found in marel fry. What is the important character? Cannibalism, that is the cannibalistic condition these are to be occur. Cannibalism these are to be found among the morels, because they can eat their own species, hence cannibalism it is to be found. Morel attains maturity in 2 years, are known to breed throughout the year. After the completion of the 2 year, this morel these are to be breed, and the seed these are to be available in natural sources, seed these are to be available from the natural waters, where after the completion of 2 year, the morel these are to be breed, these are to be spawn, breed, and the breeding is to be peculiar character. What is the breeding? These are to be breed throughout the year, means morel throughout the year, these are to be spawn, these are to be breed for the spawning purpose. Among the catfishes, again catfish these are to be breed twice in a year, with the peak breeding season during rainy season. Catfish these are to be breed, these are to be spawn in a twice, 2 times in a year. One time these are to be spawn, these are to be breed in monsoon season, where peak season, breeding season these are to be occur in rainy season. And magur fingerlings can be identified with the their longer dorsal fin and the a state color. Depending upon this longer dorsal fin and state color, we can identify in which time the fish these are to be spawn, the fish these are to be breed. The singy fingerlings are having a short dorsal fin and pink color. How we can identify the fingerlings of singy, fingerlings of magur or the fingerlings of marl? with the help of this Singhi we can identify dorsal fin of this Singhi fingerlings. These is to be pink color. The koi or the climbing perch, anabas. Koi or the climbing perch, it is called as anabas. Anabas fingerlings can be identified by the dark spot on the caudal peduncle. With the help of the dark spot, with the help of the with the help of dark spot, these are to be present. Dark spot, these are to be found just behind the caudal peduncle. Depending upon this dark spot, we can identify the seed of the or fingerling of the climbing perch or the anabas. Anabas studying or the climbing perch, we can identify the fry and fingerlings of the climbing perch. We can identify, we can easily known that how these are to be seen, how these are to be found in the these color, these condition, these are to be seen, these are to be found. Then the Singhi fingerlings are having a short dorsal fin and pink color. The koi is to be a dark spot on, that is the caudal peduncle. The giant marl fry can be identified by their dark grey body. The giant marl fry can be identified by their dark grey body and a lateral orange yellow band, a lateral orange yellow band from eye to the caudal fin. This identifying character, these are to be found in the marl fry, that is giant marl fry can be identified by their dark grey body and a lateral orange yellow band from eye to caudal fin. Depending upon this character, we can identify that is the fingerlings of which, that is the giant marl. Then all these are the fish seed. Then the fish seed transport, fish seed transport, these are to be seen, these are to be found. Again, for the fish seed, these are to be available. Fry fingerling, these are to be available. Fry fingerling, these are to be found in our areas. Then how this collected seed, how this transport, these seed, these are to be transported, because these fishes, these are the live fishes, and fry and fingerlings of these air breathing fishes can be transported without oxygen packing, without oxygen packing, because these fishes, these are to be air breathing fishes, hence there is no closed packing. These fishes, these are to be packed in a open transportation system, in a open transportation method. Among these seed transportation without oxygen seed, these are to be take the polythene drums, take the polythene bag, keep into the iron drums and use for the transport of fry or fingerlings. These polythene bags, these are to be fill up 1/3 to the water and remaining 2/3 to, as it is the oxygen, it is the gas. The carrier should be have enough space for their habitual spacing for their breathing at atmosphere. Atmospheric air, these are to be take, these are to be consumed. The carrier should have enough to space to their habitual space or the surfacing to enter to the surface, to enter to the surface area of the water, and fish can take easily atmospheric air. The carrier should have a few numbers of aquatic weeds like Felisneria, Hydrilla and other various types of aquatic weeds. Among these carriers, among these cartoons, some aquatic weeds. Which are these aquatic weeds? That is aquatic weeds like Felisneria, aquatic weeds like Hydrilla, or the other various types of aquatic weeds which is to be available. That may be Rana nazas, that may Utricularia, that may be Cara, or that may be those are the different floating or the submerged aquatic weeds which is to be available in that place, in that area. These aquatic weeds, these are to be taken. What is the use of these aquatic weeds? The aquatic weeds may be help in avoiding jumping of fish during the transport. Why this aquatic weed, these are to be select, these are to be choose, keep into the cans or cartoons. Due to this aquatic weeds, fishes do not jump, and when these are to be do not jump, then danger, then damaging, these are to be not occur. Suppose this aquatic weeds, these are to be not keep in the drums, in the polythene bag, what happens? Fishes can jump outside the water and they can damage, their fins can damage, their head can damage, and damage is to be occur, then seed is to be mortality these are to be occurred. To avoid this condition, to avoid this jumping, this aquatic weed these are to be useful, these are to be used in transport. If the distance is more, it is better to transport them in oxygen packed polythene container. Suppose the distance is to be long, the distance is to be long, more than 1000 kilometer, more than 800 kilometer. At that time, these seed these are to be transported, these seed these are to be transport by a open fish seed transportation is to be in short distance, but for long distance use a closer fish seed transportation. At that time, oxygen packed polythene container these are to be packed, and among these oxygen polythene packed container, seed these are to be keep, seed these are to be take, and then these are to be transported from one place to another place, from one area to destinatory areas, and in this way the seed transportation these are to be done, seed transportation these are to be have performed. This is the another important aspect for the fish seed transportation for air breathing fish culture or the culture of Clarias batrachus.